Hi, thanks for hanging out. In this video I'll show you repairing, cleaning and setting up this bandsaw to get it back to perfect working order. Let's get after it. I started by giving it all a good vacuum to get rid of all the sawdust and disintegrated drive belt bits. I bought this bandsaw at auction and didn't take any tools to open the covers, so at the time I didn't realise the drive belt was missing. But everything else moved and worked okay. It just looked like it needed a good tidy up, and it wasn't too hard to find a belt, but a good lesson learned for next time. About the bandsaw itself, it has a 355mm or 14-inch width of cut and up to 200mm or 8-inch depth of cut and a 45-degree tilting table. It's at the larger end of what would still be classed a hobby bandsaw, but should be enough for the project I need it for. Off comes the fence assembly, the blade, and then I start disassembly of the idler wheel, and drive pulley. The table gets removed to access all the blade alignment bearings. These aluminium blocks just need a dust off, and then I clean all the grime and surface rust off the bearings with a Scotch-Brite wheel on the drill press. Paint's in okay overall condition, so I'm not going to the trouble of repainting it. Just a good clean will do on all of this. There's some surface rust on the door locks that after I take off I hit with the Scotch-Brite also. Now onto the table. There was no deep pitting, just some surface rust and lots of grime, so a few passes with WD-40 and increasing grits on the sander took this off quite quickly and easily. It was really satisfying watching this come back to life and look like new again. Once I was happy with the finish, I degreased it well and wiped it down with wax and grease remover before applying a couple of coats of wax to help protect it and let the timber glide across it. This has really turned out fantastic. I'm really happy with how this looks and how it feels now. After dusting off all the wheels and pulleys, I start to reassemble all the parts, starting with the motor drive wheel, belt tensioner and blade drive wheel. The brand new drive belt went on, and a small adjustment to the alignment, and I can tighten down the set screw on the drive pulley and make sure everything runs as it should. Put the lower blade guide block back on and leave the bearings quite far away from where the blade will run for the moment. I'll adjust those later when the new blade is on and running. With the table cleaned up, I attach the mounting plate, ready to put it back on the machine. Getting the table back on was a little tricky. I could have done with an extra pair of hands to hold the front up, but got it back on okay after a couple of goes. There was an adjustable screw missing from the underside as a positive 0 degree stop, which I added back in from my stash and got that adjusted after the blade was on. Add the door locks back in and tighten those down. Now I attach the upper adjustable blade guide, the bearing guide block and new clean bearings. Again, leaving those quite loose for now or quite far away from where the blade will run, and I'll adjust those later. The idler wheel goes back in after a good clean off, and then the blade alignment screw followed by a brand new blade. This is a 3 tooth per inch blade, better suited for deeper cuts, which is exactly what I need it for. After a bit of adjustment, that blade's running great. Now on to adjusting the blade guide bearings. I make sure that they are close, but not close enough to be turning the whole time the blade is running. The fence assembly just gets a clean down with a multi-purpose cleaner, reassembled and attached back onto the table. When I bought the bandsaw, there was no key for the doors or a handle to adjust the blade tensioner, so I'm making one that will do both. I take a 12mm or 1/2 inch bolt and grind a flat on both sides of the thread to make it easier for me to drill a hole through for a pin to lock in the tensioner. On the end, I'm filing a flat to fit in the slot on the door locks to open and close them. Over to the drill press and drill the hole for the pin. For a pin, I'm just using a cut down nail and some red Loctite to hold it in place. Nothing too fancy, but that's what I had to work with. For a handle, I trim a piece of 12mm or 1/2 inch steel rod and weld it to the top of the bolt for a T-handle. A bit of cleanup with a grinder and flap disc, and this part is good to go and really works great. Alright, with everything back together and running well, let's try a 100mm or 4-inch depth of cut with some Australian eucalyptus hardwood. This was my first time using this machine and really trying to saw something this deep. So I took it nice and easy, but a cut nice and straight, no wandering or binding, went really well. Here's the final result. New belt, new blade, completely clean, lubed, adjusted, tested and ready to go. I'm very, very happy with the result of this little project. I hope you enjoyed the video and please drop me any questions or comments you have. Thanks for watching and remember, life's short, so get after it.